always messing up stuff. Y'all, I look so rough. I don't even want to talk about it. Oh, I literally look like a ragamuffin. But it's okay. We're not here for a beauty contest. We're not here for a beauty contest. I feel like I need to bring you over more. Hey, maybe that'll work a little better. Bring you down. Bring you down. Bring you over. I'm working. Y'all. Let me go over the rules of this channel. No redacted messages, retracted messages. Keep it respectful. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, I can punch you in the throat. Hey, Stephanie. Hold on, let me make sure that ain't my therapist. Oh, she ain't never been here before. That ain't my therapist. Hey, Stephanie. Anne Marie, hello. Hello. Good morning, y'all. Well, it's afternoon now. It's afternoon now. But it's okay. Here, we're going to hit this once, and then we're going to throw it. We're going to hit it and throw it, because I just put on a nicotine patch. So we're going to, and forget it. We're going to hit it and forget it. Okay? Y'all having a good afternoon? Happy Saturday. It's still morning here. Where are you located, Anna Marie? Like, if you don't want to disclose that, don't. But, like, oh, are you in the West? That's my question. What continent are you? When I'm nosy, that's how nosy I am. Which continent? If you want to keep it respectful and know a lady's location, simply ask the continent. That's about as good as it gets. Anything outside of that is disrespectful. That's funny. Lewis! Oh my God, I was worried about you. I mean, like, I know I'm the homeless one out of us, and you get, you know, you're busy working, but I was like, man, that poor guy. I hope he didn't just float off the face of the earth. I'm glad to see you. It's 10:10. Hey, Rick. I'm glad to see you, Lewis. I hope you're doing well. That's kind of great that you work at night, because it's been so hot. Could you imagine being out there during the daytime, toting equipment around, your pack on, all that stuff, plus your boots and your jeans? It gets hot. I've done several lines of construction, and it gets hot. I mean, it's torture. It's absolute torture out there in those elements. I couldn't imagine being a roofer. In my mind, that's got to be one of the worst, in my mind. When it comes to blue collar work, I would think that roofing out there on that top roof would be the hardest. But I don't know. You know, there's other lines too that are dangerous, you know. Electricians, they got it pretty bad. I just saw last night, there was a guy, I think it was out of South Carolina, I could be wrong. He was a lineman. He was killed at work earlier in the week. I guess a live wire touched him, or he touched a live wire, and it took his life. You know, it's crazy because years ago I talked to someone, dated someone that was in school for that, and someone that he was training with actually ended up in the emergency department. He almost died. So apparently they have these long gloves that they have to wear, and I'm sure they're like probably plastic or something. They go all the way up your arm, and when they're in the bucket up in the sky and they're messing with live stuff, they're supposed to have these gloves on, to the best of my knowledge. And essentially what happened was the guy turned around in the bucket, and when he did, exposed skin all the way up here touched the live area, and it completely burnt his entire arm, up into his chest, neck, stuff like that. I don't know. I know he lived, but I don't know whatever happened to that guy, because I stopped talking to that guy that went to school with him. But I remember how crazy it was, like how lucky he was to be alive. And like, That's no life. Living with third degree burn in the ER for months, getting skin grafts, and like, that's not a life. That's like torture on earth. That's hell on earth. Like to have your physical capabilities stolen from you in the blink of an eye on the job, it's got to take a pretty significant impact to someone's mental health to go from being an able bodied person, you're doing your job 1 minute, and then the next minute you're in the ER for, I mean, indefinitely until they can get you stable. It's pretty scary. I don't think there's enough talk about like blue collar work and how dangerous some of those jobs can be. Stuff like coal mining, which we don't really do much anymore, do we? Great question. Never claimed to know everything. I just claimed I wanted to learn about everything. I know those oil rigs are dangerous. The oceans are extremely dangerous. Deep sea fishing, stuff like that. Yeah, y'all, it's hot outside. Been busy, yeah. I bet so. Utah. Wow. What did I see about Utah last night? I saw something on the news about Utah. Man, I really need a way to keep up with stuff that I learn about. Utah was in the news last night. I don't remember why. It's crazy. I can't remember. It sucks. I wanted to talk about this porn star this morning. It's not typically, y'all know that I don't condone that behavior, that I am strictly against sex work. We talk about, one of the things we do on this channel is talk about the statistics when it comes to sex work and how women are not protected and how women are groomed from an early age to be active participants or non-active participants in sex work. We also talk about the statistics behind sexual abuse and the link to sex work, because there's absolutely a link there. 90 something percent of strippers were sexually abused as children. And homeless women, a good portion of them come from sex work. So also, a lot of women that land into sex work also came from the foster care system, because unfortunately the foster care system is completely broken. 65% of 18-year-old youths who are aging out of the foster care system, 65% immediately become homeless. And so they're left with no shelters, no resources, because that's a modern myth. And essentially they have to turn to a life of crime. And a lot of those women turn to a life of sex work because they're left with no option. So that's the type of stuff that we talk about over here. Speaking of which, can we talk about this ad? Because this is what I'm talking about. Stuff like this. I found this last night, and this is really wild. This is how they used to marry you off if you were a pretty female. So if you were attractive, you actually had a better life than if you weren't attractive. Historically, women of beauty, women that have beauty, they've been used as pawns and tools in society. It's really sad. Listen to this. Before dating apps, women used newspaper ads to find distinguished noble men. Now, this would have been kind of like a rite of passage as a young girl. You would have maybe become 13, 14 years of age, and then your family would have started talking about marrying you off. That's the culture back then. People got married. You didn't have children out of wedlock. You got married. You settled down. Your husband was the provider. This is the way that it was. And so when young girls would become teenagers, they would start thinking about and start planning on marrying these young women off, because that was the culture at the time. Listen to this. Only daughter of a wealthy coffee planter will marry an English nobleman or distinguished American if he is handsome and reasonably young. No French, no Italians, no Spaniards or Hebrews need apply. She has a warm heart, small feet, and beautiful teeth, and can dance all night. Wow, where do we even begin? I guess we should start at the top. Okay. Um no French, no Italian, Spaniards, Hebrews need apply. I don't even know what to say. Is this not absolutely crazy? She don't look very happy. Only daughter of a wealthy coffee planter. Is this not crazy? This is, hey Lisa, this is how they would like wed these girls off. Has a warm heart, small feet, and beautiful teeth, and can dance all night long. Dance all night long? What do you think that means? Because I know what that means. Do you know what that means? Because they're not talking about dancing, honey. If you think that they're talking about dancing, you need to stick around here because we've got to sharpen up your intuition, honey. We got to get some awareness up in you. They are not talking about dancing. Just want to be clear about that. I find it interesting. It was very comical to me. I don't know who posted this. It was on some YouTube thing. But I feel bad for this woman. I mean, she already looks miserable and she ain't even been married off yet. I'm laughing. I'm dark humor here. My humor style is felonious. Seriously though. I mean, I wonder what she's already been through. She ain't even been married off yet. But she's got small feet, a beautiful heart, and a warm heart, and beautiful teeth. And she can dance. She can dance all night long. Okay. It's really sad. I know I'm laughing, but the culture is, it gives insight into the culture. And they would post that in like the white pages or the yellow pages. Back then there was nothing to do either except for work. And so I bet everybody was in everybody's business. Jessica down the street was looking to see if Tiffany's family had done put her on the market in the newspaper. That's what I meant when I said it's like a rite of passage. Like, not in a good way. I mean, it's a horrible rite of passage to be sold off by your own family for 2 pigs and a sheep and at 14. It's horrible. Horrible. It never dawned on me that we actually are at a place in our culture where, because of early childhood development and scientific research on early childhood development, we're actually gearing people finally to wait. You don't have to make we've historically put so much pressure on young people. We want them to graduate. We want them to get married. Well, here we go. We want them to go to high school, graduate high school, take on hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not just thousands of dollars in student debt. And then we want them to go buy a house, settle down, have children, all before the age of like 25. Their brains are not even developed yet. There is studies out of the UK that say that the brain is not fully developed till around the age of 30, which completely contradicts every American study, but I believe the one out of the UK because that was my own personal experience. I started waking up around 30. How I survived till 30, I don't even remember. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much for the floating hearts. Oh Lord. It's a petunia. Oh God, I need a bell when I get my big girl words right. Thank you so much. It's a petunia 89. Yeah, they put so much social pressure on them to do so much so quickly. And in reality, we're as advanced as we've ever been. When we look back historically, we were doing what we're doing now to young people, even younger, 100 years ago. I'm so sorry. Did you go missing? Thank you, Cindy. It's a petunia. Girl, I'm sitting here like, pet. Yeah, when we look back, we actually reared children to be leaving the nest sooner